Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Remick. I have got a banger for you today. We're going to be doing a tier list of all the World Cup home kits that have been announced. A couple of them haven't, so they're not in this list, but let's get started. Okay, so here is the categories. We have super sexy. This is like the best, like peak. Woodwear. Yet again, people keep on dissing my fashion taste. I am a man with high fashion taste and expectations. So that's number 2. Bog standard. It's just bog standard, innit? Like nothing more, nothing less. Pretty good. Then we have It's just And lastly, we have under the influence. These are the kits that I believe the kit designers were just on some hardcore drugs or alcohol, and they just made a kit for the vibes. So, without further ado, let's start off with Algeria. Apologies for the quality isn't the best, but we can kind of infer there's like a really nice pattern going on. I think it's like a nice cream colour. I do think the centralization here works, unlike some other kits we've looked at in the past. I do quite like this like gold accents here, if you can see them. This is a really nice kit. I think the kit designers at Adidas have done a really, really nice job. So with that, I'm gonna be putting Algeria in Woodwear. That is our first good kit we've looked at. Moving on to, I think, Argentina. This is the Argentinian kit. There wasn't really much to talk about with the Algerian kit, but this one, there is a lot to talk about. First of all, the gold. I love that. And you kind of see there's like a little mini Adidas logo there inside the Adidas logo. I think Adidas have definitely done a good job. I am a big fan of this like gradient in the stripes. I think it has been done so well. So this is a nice kit in general, and they've kept it simple, and it's worked. With that, I'm tempted to put it in either Woodwear or bog standard. I'm going to put it in Woodwear. I think they've done a good job. They have done a good job, Adidas. Now, onto a not Adidas kit, we have Australia. Well, this is the only good picture I can find. I don't know if it's the actual kit, but this looks like a leak, but we're going to go off it anyway. But I quite like it. The thick collar of the green. It looks kind of like a little stripe pattern up there, but with some like green accents. I wouldn't call this a super sexy kit. I wouldn't call this a Woodwear. So with that, I'm gonna call it a bog standard. In it goes to bog standard. Oh, so by the way, as you can see, there is a bloody lot of them. We have so many kits to get into. Now, onto Austria. I can't really see it too well if there's a pattern, but I quite like this kit, and let me tell you why. First of all, the sleeves. I mean, I'm not a big fan what they've done with like just the section them off with the black, but I think they recovered it with the Austrian flag on the sleeves. I think that I like when like the teams put their flags in the kit. I think it looks really nice, and they've kind of done it subtly as well. I quite like this kit. Yeah, again, I'm putting in a Woodwear. There has been some great kits. This has been a way better start than the Premier League ones we did. Now, that is Belgium. Ooh, I quite like this. I'm quite a fan. The pattern as well. I can't quite tell what the pattern is, but it's almost like a fire pattern. Like, you know what I mean? With the zigzags and stuff. They have got like I think they still have like the oldest team in the World Cup. I'm not that sure. Do not quote me on that, but I know they did in 2022, and they were very scary in 2018. I hope I can see this kit have some game time and actually make some good progress in the World Cup. So I'm going to be putting it in Woodwear. I'm putting so many in Woodwear, but I've been generally liking the kit so far. Next up is Brazil. Probably Nike's favourite kit to make, and I can see why, but this one isn't hitting. First of all, this collar, man, what actually is it? Is it supposed to be a V-neck? Is it supposed to... I don't like it. It's a bit too thick for the wrong reason. It's not like the Australia thick. It's just thick, and I'm not a fan, but this pattern I do really like. It's quite a nice pattern. I'm not a fan of these on the side here. I just don't like them, and I think the sleeves haven't really been done well. For once, the kit the Brazilian kits have not been given justice. Like, their 2022 one was absolutely magnificent, and this one just isn't hitting the same. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's going in bog standard. It's going in bog standard because it's just a bog standard kit. I'm not a fan. Next up is Canada. Ooh, where can we even begin? First of all, these parts are really similar with the Brazilian one, but it's been done much nicer with just the nice clean black. If they'd done it in white, that'd been nice. This collar just looks better as well compared to the Brazilian kit, and I'm a massive fan of this like maple leaf in the center with the different accent colors, and then the opposite as well. I genuinely think Nike have done a really good job. Yeah, this is going in super sexy. Why? Because it's a super sexy kit, okay? That is probably the best kit we've looked at so far, in my personal opinion. Colombia is up next, and I do quite like the Colombian kits. I think they always look pretty good. This is one of those kits where I'm like, yeah. Okay, let's just break this down. First of all, this collar. They've kept it simple with you can definitely see where it becomes a collar, but they've put this blue outline around it, which I love. It's just the pattern as well. I love that pattern. I don't really know. It kind of looks like flowers from there and there. I kind of like when they put the sleeves, repeat what the sleeves did onto the collar, or the collar onto the sleeves, and to get like the same matching consistency. That is a gorgeous kit. It's not super sexy. But I'm putting it in woodwear. Next up is Croatia. I mean, I already know how I've just noticed Nike have really been spamming these little lines here to create like a diversion for the sleeve, but it hasn't really quite worked here. The centralization and also the blue accents. It is the Croatian kit, so you're always gonna have this checked pattern, which I actually quite like, and the collar looks well. It's just I'm not a massive fan of the actual kit in itself. I don't think it's horrible, but it isn't that good. So for that reason, it's going in air. Our first air of the day, and I think that's Egypt down there. There you go. This is Egypt, and holy shit, this is amazing. I love history, and this is ancient Egyptian stuff. You also got the pyramid and this logo, which is from ancient Egypt, I believe. And I like the repeated pattern down there. They've kept it simple just by making this like the main area, and I do like they've ended the gradient there as well. I like the gold accents, which is really nice, and as well as they've kept it like a more of a two-tone red, which is lovely. Collar kept really simple, you can't complain, and so with the sleeves and that. This is a gorgeous kit. I'm putting this in super sexy. It's a super sexy kit, dude. I love it. Next up, that is England. Okay, I don't like this kit. I am a fan of the stitch work. Like collar. Just not a fan of that bit down, this like triangle coming up. I'm not a fan. You know what I mean? Oh, I'll do the sleeve. This one with the stitching looks lovely. There is a pattern. It's not really that bold, but you can kind of see like 3 lions. I think that's a lion's face up there. And then I am a fan of the white accents. Is it better than the World Cup 2022 kit? Absolutely not. No, the 2022 kit is my favourite England kit of the recent years. So it's not that. It's going in air. It's air. Next up, we have Ecuador, and they've kept it really simple, like good simple. I can't tell if this is raised, and I don't like the fact that's raised. I think that's a bit cheap for a football kit. I think this is the picture, but this hump is just god awful. That hump is just really ugly. But overall, I kind of like the glossy it looks like stitch work. I think I can see a bit of red coming in between there, and some red accents on the sleeve as well, which I love. For that reason, it is going in bog standard. Next up is France, but yeah, what is that? I don't like. No, I think that's a really ugly kit. I'm sorry, but this is such an ugly. The white collar is like school shirt. I know I'm wearing a collared football shirt, but this is a bit different. This is like an actual collared shirt, and you know me, I'm not a fan of them. The pattern is okay. I quite like the pattern. For an away kit, this is... Just keep it simple like you have done, man. And this rose gold on the chicken and no. I'm going to put that in under the influence because it is really shit. And they didn't need to make that collar that thick. Why? There you go. To the French people, why make your collars that thick? Moving on to Germany. This is one of the first kits to be released, I believe. It got released along with the Ukraine kit, which unfortunately isn't on this list. This kit, wow. This is a redone or like a revamping of one of their older kits, their more iconic kits. Put a picture up on screen now. This is like a modern remaster of it, and I really like it. I think it's such a sick kit. They've kept it really simple here. They didn't need to do much. The German flag, and you know me, I love when they include their flag just in the shirt. This is how you make a kit. It's just the Adidas kits have been on an absolute roll, and I love it. It's just, oh my days, they've been so good. Yeah, that is Ghana, and there is a lot going on. Let's just say that. I think the star and like this bit looks lovely. I can't quite place my head around what kind of pattern this is because I have no idea. I'm not a fan of like the random color changes like there. I think this kit could have been done better in general. It's a bit much, you know what I mean? It's not. I've seen them make better kits. This is definitely not one of their better ones, and for that reason, I'm putting it in eh. It's just not that good of a kit. Moving on now to Haiti. Why is the shirt so tight? I really hope they're not playing and the shirt is tight, but, well, I like this. Like, this is nice. It's a bit of a template, you know what I mean? It's not really, it's quite template-y. There's one complaint I have. Why have you changed the colour sleeves? Why? If you'd done that onto the sleeves, it would look so nice. There's just no need, and for that reason, it's going in air. Next up is Ivory Coast. Already, wow. Puma have done a good job with this one. I really like this. I'm gonna say the word exotic because I don't really know how to describe like exotic pattern, like tribal. Is it tribal almost, but like with the dots and the lines? The Puma have done this really well with the green and orange. I quite like this kit, and for that reason, it is going in wood wear. I'm always quite fond of these Japanese kits, and I don't know. Yeah. Well, I like this centralization. They've really kept it simple with the centralization. I like that the logo's in between this little semicircle type thing. I don't really like the fact they didn't do the full collar, but I like the sleeves. They've kept this like, they've done like almost like a two-tone blue almost, or like a blue with no pattern, and like this one's got like a small check pattern. This has been the worst kit that Adidas have made so far. I can't put it anywhere. I would love to put it up, you know, here, but I can't because it's not that good. This is South Korea's kit, and I quite like it. They don't really stick to like colors, you know what I mean? They always like to do something different each time, I believe. And like us keeping spamming these bloody things, it's really annoying. I mean, I'm a fan of the symmetrical kits. This isn't really symmetrical. It's a bit mad, you know what I mean, with the random dots here and the lines here and the lines there and dots. But it's not bad. I can't talk much about this kit other than the fact that I like this kit. I'm going to put that in bog standards because I think it's a little bit bog standard. But hey, next up is Mexico. Absolutely, yes. I love this kit, man. Oh my gosh. First of all, I like the fact they've reused the logo into the actual center and then built this. It's almost like a Mayan pattern. Yes, just a yes kit. Yeah, bam. There you go. Well, I'm gonna put it in there. There we go. That's what it belongs in Super Sexy. Next up is Morocco, which is here, and wow. This one's got a lot of pros and cons. Pros, I quite like. I think it's got like almost like a pattern like going down. The collar is absolutely beautiful, and I love the fact they've used that same pattern on the sleeves. One bit I'm not a fan of is the button here. I don't think it works that well. If it was like a full one of these, or just a full, or like this bit without a button would look really good. And I don't like that this one's like central, but this one isn't. At least keep it either the same line or central. I'm not a fan of that, and that kind of brings it down a little bit, but I do think this is quite a nice kit. For that reason, I would put it in woodwear, but my OCD would get really annoyed, so I'm having to put it in bog standard. Up next, it is the Netherlands. They've done what Morocco have done, in the sense that they've centralized one but haven't centralized the other one, which I'm not that a fan of. But I like this pattern going down. Nike need to stop with these lines. It's actually starting to piss me off. They're just not good. They don't really provide anything. Armpit area done super simple. I'm spamming the word super simple because they haven't really done much as a kit. They've kept it really basic, and for that reason, I think it belongs in bog standard. Next up, I believe that is New Zealand. Yeah. Fucking hell, dude. This is a kit. New Zealand is all black for rugby, all white for football. Puma haven't really done too much with the sleeves. They kind of kept the pattern. It's like this consistent pattern of like circles and lines and stuff. And yeah, I can't say anything other than that. It's amazing. I wouldn't put it in super sexy. I'm not going to put it in super sexy. Instead, I'm going to put it in woodwear because it's kind of similar with Ivory Coast. Next is Norway. This one got released the other day, I believe. And wow. First of all, they've really done the lines. They've just raised it, which I don't mind. They've done like a little textured pattern with the reds and stuff. I love the fact they put in the actual Norwegian crossing with like, or I don't really know what's named, like a Viking-esque pattern for their ancestry, which I think is so cool. I love when kits do that. You saw how much I love the Egyptian kit. This is going in super sexy. I do not care. Next up is Paraguay. This is the worst kit Puma have made. It looks almost spray painted in a way, like with the gaps and stuff. The colours are really good. The collar's been done really good. Sleeves. It's just the main attraction, you could say, has not been performed to the best of Puma's abilities. A bit of a template as well, by the looks of things. No, it's not under the influence bad. I don't think it's under the influence bad, but yeah, it's going in air. I believe Portugal moved from Puma quite recently, and judging by the kits of Puma, they've done well. This ain't one of them. That is something we've not seen before, like the stitch and coming inwards. It's quite nice. Sleeves as well have been done really well. It's basic, dude. It's just basic, and I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'm just not for me. Not for me. It's going in. It's going in. Hey, next up is Qatar. Ooh, I like this. I do quite like this. First of all, Adidas have been spamming this kind of check pattern quite a bit. I'm not a fan of the way it just stops with these coming inwards. And this zigzag pattern, which is on their country's flag, which is there, all the way in the middle of the kit, is really nice. And I'm quite a fan. Because you know me, I like when they kind of put references to their flag in their actual kit. So I'm going to go with... I wouldn't wear it, but I'm going to put it in bog standard. Next up is Saudi Arabia. I don't really remember what the Saudi one looks like from 2022, but this is a banger. This is a banger. Okay. First of all, let's talk about the collar first, because they've done really well. I quite like this purple. I love this like geometric pattern. I don't really know what it links to or anything, but it just looks really good. Adidas have done the thing again with the check texture and not doing it on the sleeve, which I don't hate for this one at least, I think. And the purple as well. Well, it's not really purple, more of a violet colour. So I'm going to put that in would wear, because I would wear that. Next up, it's Scotland. The Adidas, I think, have done the same again. I can't quite tell. This is definitely less visible. The X's of the it's St. Andrew in it. Yeah, St. Andrew's cross. Cool, but it's nothing that spectacular. I mean, it's not horrendous. The collar. Oh wait. There. I don't like that. You saw on the other kit that I don't like the fact the collar just stops into then the shirt. I'm not a fan. Is it under the influence? Yeah, fuck it. Next up is Senegal, and wow, I quite like this kit. I quite like it's almost like washed. You know what I mean? Like it's not really there, but it's there. It's like a quite faint, and I like that. Of like the tribal patterns and stuff. Yeah, they've done it well. The logo been put in a nice little place. Can't complain. Armpits, can't complain. Overall, I can't complain. I would genuinely wear that kit. I would wear that kit. I would. Next up, I can't really quite tell, but I believe that's South Africa. Yes, it is. Ooh, I quite like this. I'm quite a fan. Then the pattern, it's there. You can see it, but it's not like an overly complicated pattern. I can't talk much of it, but all I can say is that I like the kit. So for that reason, yeah, I'm just going in woodwear. I would happily wear that kit. Next up is Spain, though. I don't like it. And let me tell you why. The blue has been done well with the collar and the sleeves. It's just the rest of the kit. The actual kit is designed well. It's more obvious that they've done that like thing with the Qatar and Saudi kit and Scotland kit as well, which I'm not a fan of, but I'm gonna let it slide. I'm not a fan of these stripes and the fact they just bam bam bam, like almost dash. They just stripe dash. I don't like that. Yeah, it's going in air. Down to our last three, and we have Switzerland. Yes, I like this a lot. Switzerland always do this. I quite like this almost like shiny design at the bottom and the waviness. This is one of the better kits Puma have made, definitely. I would put that. I'm not gonna put in super sexy, but I would wear that kit. Next up is Uruguay. I mean, I think Uruguay probably do this pattern, the thick ass collar, the most. I think I've seen it on the most. I thought it doesn't work. It really doesn't. They've done the stripe pattern, which was similar to the one that with Morocco. No, it's been done super simple, but not good. So I'm putting it in under the influence because the thick collar, man. So stop with the thick collars, please. They are not school uniforms or primary school PE kits. Thank you. Anyway, America. They've done like the American wavy flag to just show how American they are. They have done the same thing with the England kit, but I think it looks better on this kit. Wavy flag thing is a no. It's a bit like an optical illusion, and it's a bit cat in the hat. But the sleeves and that have been done quite well. That's what I can say, and I do like the dark blue accents, but it's going in air. And there you have it. That is our final kit ranking of the 2026 World Cup kits, or home kits. I will be doing a video of the away kits probably after this one is uploaded, but yes, take a look at it. We can say that I have a high fashion taste when it comes to these kits. And that is it done. I do really enjoy making these kit ranking videos. I do really enjoy it. I loved the last one I made, and so did you guys actually, because it did really well on my views. But yes, thank you so much for watching this video. Apologies, I have been busy, so I haven't really had a proper chance to record. This has been my proper chance to record, and I'm so glad it was such a good video. So yeah. If you do like more of this stuff, please subscribe. We are trying to hit 100 subs. Why? Because 100 is a cool number. Anyway, in a bit.